you gotta do is hit a button and that money get printed and then inflation goes up, the groceries goes up, taxes go up, bills go up. As you can see now, things have went the hell up. So somebody wrote an interesting comment on one of the YouTube videos. They said, somebody named Overly QC. They create money, but we gotta pay taxes on everything. All to keep us slaves and poor. Facts. That's exactly what's going on. They're creating money. We got to pay taxes on money that they just print just to keep us poor. And I feel like this country is headed for a collapse because the minimum wage, none of the wages have kept up with the cost of living. And that's the real key. You can't make minimum wage and cover the cost of living because now you're just working to pay bills every day. You're not working to live. This earth should be free as hell. It should be free for you to go to the beach and sit on the beach and just be able to afford your house and not have to stress about it. But a lot of people have 90% of their income going to bills, 90% or more. So I say all of that to say is that doesn't mean that it's time to quit on yourself. Sometimes we have to reduce our expenditures, budget better. We learn as we go, but you don't want to keep learning the same things over and over again. Right now, when it comes to life failures, I found this quote somebody posted from Thomas Edison, but the person isn't important. The quote is very important. Many of life's failures are people who did not realize how close they were to success when they gave up. I'll repeat that for you again. Many of life's failures are people who did not realize how close they were to success when they gave up. Even for me, I'm probably very close to the success and the type of freedom that I want. So it gets so hard to the point where you almost want to give up because you feel like it's not working. Dang, it's not working. The family and the friend circle is not really there. You don't feel like everything is working against you. When in fact, you're almost at the point where you are preparing for your breakthrough. And your breakthrough is always going to shock you because you're going to be like, I was just about to quit. And then something great happened to you. So just know that if you're going through some tough, rough stuff, you can only go up. You know what I'm saying? So remember that most of life's failures, because you go through life, you're going to feel like a failure. You're going to go through things that's going to take you up and through there. The thing that people say now is life. Life thing. It be life, girl. it be life or not. It be life. So many of them life failures are from people who gave up because they didn't realize how close they were to the finish line or to the success line. So if you feeling like, damn, I'm a failure, then don't quit. Even when you feel like a failure, don't quit. Like me, I sometimes feel like a failure. If you're like, oh, you're a doctor, that don't mean nothing. It's all about how I feel. If that's the case, a lot of these doctors will be tapping out of life if that's all it took to feel like successful and wealthy. It's a little bit deeper than that. We really got to understand what is true happiness. That's the key. They got us confused thinking happiness is when your bills all paid, when it's all around bills and money. No, happiness is an inside job. And many times when people are approached with failure or situations where they feel like they didn't accomplish their goals, they don't realize you're right there. All you have to do is push a little bit more, like that much more, and boom, everything you want right there. That's why I'll forever go to that picture of them digging for the diamonds, guys. I have to remember that anytime I'm feeling like, dang, I just gotta, just ain't working. I just want, no, 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 no. It's working. You just gotta keep digging. The diamonds is right there. Who is the person who always gets the diamonds, who always gets the reward, who always has that moment where they're like, yes, I'm so happy I didn't quit. Those are the people who are truly successful. Because even when it got dark, even when it was raining, even when they was homeless, they still never gave up. Some people will go through that homeless phase and feel like this is an end, it's nothing left. So I've been homeless a couple times. Homeless since becoming a dentist. And during that time, I didn't just stay homeless. I was homeless going to work, going to the hospital, doing my job, sleeping in the car because that's what that time required. It didn't require me to go and just give up. Oh, all is over. No, you gotta keep going. Dig a little bit deeper because you don't want to be one of those people who have a life failure. Where when you have a life failure versus a temporary failure, there's a big difference. A life failure can kick you out of the game for life. These are the people who settle. They have grudges. They hate other people who are trying to be successful and don't let life take them down. They want to be a crab in a bucket. You know what I'm saying? Crab in a bucket. Y'all know the crabs in the bucket. Those are the people who stuck down in the bucket and they're like, hey, hell no, you can't get out. And they try to pull you down with them. They try to drag you down with them. You don't want to be that. You want to be one of those people who say, you know what? I saw a failure, but I'm not going to make this a life failure. I'm going to make this a temporary failure and use this as a lesson to keep pushing. Use this as a lesson to keep going. What else do I have for y'all? Because I got some more. So that was the first quote. And if you in these content streets and you are in any type of streets, and if you're an entrepreneur or you're just trying to come up, a lot of things will try to stop you, right? A lot of people will get stopped by low numbers in the beginning. They say, oh, my number's too low. It's not really catching on. People will get stopped by life stress. I know for me, life stress be taking me up and through there, but I still choose to show up. Financial pressures. This is a big one for a lot of people nowadays. A lot of financial pressures will try to stop your momentum and what you have going on, but you can't let it stop you. Or if you feel like it's not working. I feel like it's not working every damn day, but I still come on here. I still be coming on here, y'all. I just know it's gonna work one day. You know what I mean? I just know it has to happen. So what I learned during my journey, because every day I'm trying to figure out who I am, my purpose, and what pivot I need to make every day. This is not a once a year thing that I do. This is like every day I'm trying to figure it out. What am I doing wrong? Why can't I break this layer right here? I broke so many barriers. Why can't I get through this barrier? Have you ever been like that where you got a barrier that you just can't get through? You can't figure this shit out. That's where I am right now. But I learned that it's a system that we have to be aware of. It's not you, it's not your feelings, because the systems, the algorithms, all that stuff doesn't care about your feelings. It is a system. And what does the system respond to? Which is why I had to say, you know what? Instead of me whining about the system, let me attack the system. Let me learn the system. Let me work with the system. So the system responds to consistency, right? Clarity, repetition, and engagement. So we're going to say that is CCRE. Consistency, clarity, repetition, and engagement. See, I'm always about creating a little acronym. So what can we use? CCRE. We could say it's going to be like the system responds to REC. I don't like that. We're going to say REC, RECC. We're going to say the system responds to REC, RECC. Repetition, showing up over and over and over again, regardless. Earlier, I talked about the circle that doesn't really, they're like ghost followers. That ain't your tribe. Those people who just know you. Maybe they want to see you in, maybe they don't. But if you ain't liking and you ain't engaging 9 times out of 10, in my eyes, you don't.